You don't even realize you're doing it at first. It starts small. A simple thought, something someone said, a message you sent, and then it doesn't stop. Your mind keeps going round and round, like it's searching for something it can't quite find. You replay that conversation again and again and again. Did I say the wrong thing? Did they mean something else? Why did they pause like that? And suddenly, what was once a tiny moment becomes something heavy, something that sits in your chest, something you carry for hours, sometimes days. And the worst part? You know it doesn't make sense, but you can't stop. You see, overthinking doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like survival, like your brain is trying to protect you, trying to prepare you, trying to make sure you don't mess things up, but instead, it traps you. It keeps you stuck between what happened and what might happen until you're no longer living your life, you're analyzing it. Maybe this feels familiar. You lie in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, your body is tired, your eyes are heavy, but your mind, wide awake, replaying every awkward moment, every mistake, every little thing you wish you could take back. You think about conversations from years ago, things no one else even remembers, but you do. You always do. And during the day, it's no better. You hesitate before sending a message. You type it out, delete it, rewrite it. Does this sound okay? Is this too much? What if they misunderstand? You read it 10 times, and still, you're not sure. So you wait. And while you wait, your mind fills the silence with questions. Why haven't they replied yet? Did I upset them? Are they ignoring me? You try to distract yourself, but the thoughts keep coming back. Like waves. Relentless. And sometimes, it's not even about other people. It's about you, your decisions, your future, your life. You think about every possible outcome, every possible mistake, until doing nothing feels safer than doing something wrong. So you stay still, you overanalyze, you overprepare, you overthink, and slowly, without realizing it, life starts passing you by. But here's the thing no one really tells you. Overthinking isn't just about thinking too much. It's about feeling too deeply. Because behind every overthought, there's something else. Fear. Fear of getting it wrong. Fear of being judged. Fear of not being enough. And maybe, at some point in your life, you learned that being careful mattered. Maybe you were criticized a lot, so now you double-check everything you say. Maybe you were misunderstood, so now you analyze every word before it leaves your mouth. Maybe you were hurt, so now your mind tries to predict pain before it even arrives. It's not weakness, it's protection. But somewhere along the way, that protection became a prison. Imagine this, you're walking into a room full of people. Before you even step inside, your mind starts, what if I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? What if I don't belong here? And just like that, the moment hasn't even happened yet, but you've already lived 10 different versions of it in your head. Most of them, bad. So when you finally walk in, you're not present, you're guarded, careful, tense. And every little reaction, every glance, every tone becomes evidence, proof of what your mind was already afraid of. It's exhausting, isn't it? Living like this, always thinking, always analyzing, always questioning. And sometimes, you wish you could just switch it off, just for a moment, just to feel peace. But your mind doesn't work like that, because it believes, if it stops thinking, something might go wrong. That's the trap. Overthinking makes you feel like you're in control, but really, it's control that's controlling you. Let's be honest, has overthinking ever actually helped you? Has it ever made things clearer? Or has it just made things heavier? You think more, but understand less. You prepare more, but feel less ready. You analyze more, but feel more confused. Because overthinking doesn't solve problems. It multiplies them. And the hardest part, you start to doubt yourself, your instincts, your decisions, your worth. You stop trusting the simple feeling of this is right, because your mind always finds a reason why it might not be. And slowly, you lose something important. Confidence. Not the loud kind, not the kind people see, but the quiet kind. The kind that lets you move forward without needing every answer first. So why does this happen? Why do some people just move on while others get stuck in their heads? It comes down to something very simple. Your brain is trying to protect you from pain. When something matters to you, your mind pays attention. When it really matters, your mind overpays attention. It starts scanning for problems, looking for risks, looking for mistakes, looking for anything that could go wrong. Because if it can find the problem early, it thinks it can protect you. But life doesn't work like that. You can't think your way out of uncertainty. You can't analyze your way into safety. Some things, you just have to feel. And that's where it gets difficult. Because feeling means risk. It means not knowing. It means being vulnerable. And your mind hates that. So instead, it keeps you thinking. Because thinking feels safer than feeling. But here's the quiet truth. The more you think, the less you actually live. You start to miss moments. Small ones. Important ones. Because you're too busy analyzing them, instead of experiencing them. You're there, but not really there. And deep down, you know it. You feel it when you laugh. But your mind interrupts with a thought. You feel it when you relax. But your brain brings up something from earlier. You feel it when you're about to enjoy something, and suddenly, you're pulled back into your head. It's like your mind won't let you rest. But what if you didn't need to solve every thought? What if not every question needed an answer? What if it was okay to just let a thought pass without chasing it? I know that sounds simple, maybe even impossible, but think about this. Not every thought you have is true, and not every thought deserves your attention. Your mind produces thoughts all the time, thousands of them, most of them automatic, not chosen, not controlled. But over time, you've learned to treat them like facts, like warnings, like something you need to figure out, so you follow them. Every single one. And that's why it feels endless. But imagine if you didn't follow every thought, if you noticed it, but didn't chase it. Maybe I said something wrong, and instead of analyzing it for hours, you just let it sit, unanswered, unsolved. At first, it would feel uncomfortable, maybe even wrong. But slowly, something would change. You'd realize the thought fades on its own. It doesn't need fixing. It doesn't need solving. It just passes. And in that space, between thoughts, you'd find something you haven't felt in a while. Quiet, not perfect silence, but enough. Enough to breathe, enough to feel, enough to be present. You don't need to stop thinking completely. That's not the goal. The goal is softer than that. To stop believing every thought. To stop chasing every fear. To stop trying to control everything that can't be controlled. Because life isn't something you figure out in your head. It's something you experience in real time. Messy, uncertain, imperfect. And that's okay. You don't need to have the perfect words. You don't need to predict every outcome. You don't need to get everything right. You just need to be there. And maybe that's the hardest part. Letting go of the idea that you can think your way into a perfect life. Because the truth is, there is no perfect version. No perfect decision. No perfect moment. Just real ones. And real moments don't need overthinking. They need presence. So next time your mind starts racing, pause, just for a second. Notice the thought, but don't follow it. Let it be there without trying to fix it. And gently, bring yourself back to where you are, to what's real, because your life isn't happening in your head. It's happening right here, in this moment. And you deserve to be part of it, not just a spectator watching it from the inside of your thoughts. You're allowed to feel unsure. You're allowed to not have all the answers. You're allowed to just be. And maybe that's where peace begins. Not in having control, but in letting go of the need for it. So tonight, when your mind starts replaying everything, when the thoughts come flooding in, remember this. You don't have to solve them all. You don't have to figure everything out. You can let them pass and rest, even if it's just for a moment. Because that moment, that quiet space, that's where you find yourself again.